Today we're talking about the goals I accomplished and didn't accomplish last quarter, and also I'm going to review what I'm doing over the next 90 days to level up my author business. As always, my name is Caitlin Duncan. I am a traditionally published author and soon to be hybrid author. I post videos on Mondays talking about the writing process and all the bookish things, so be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you're ready to talk about quarterly goals. So last quarter was one of my most productive quarters. I'm going to go over all of my goals and if I accomplish them or not. My first goal was to outline another adult thriller novel, and I did not do this. Not one bit of it. There was no pen to paper, there was no fingers on the keyboard tapping toward any sense of an outline. But I did a lot of thinking. That counts, right? My intent for this goal was to have a novel ready for when my other novel that is currently in the query trenches hopefully gets a publication deal, and I was hoping to have this as an option book for that potential contract. And the reason that I didn't move forward with this is that a lot of things are sort of happening behind the scenes with that first thriller novel that I decided to put this one aside for now, and I will have more on that in the future. So while that goal was not accomplished, I feel better about the process moving forward. My second goal was to increase my YouTube community. I measured this goal in milestones of good, better, and best amount of subscribers. I actually had it in a percentage increase, and I reached half of my good goal, so I find that to be an absolute win. Last quarter, I had a lot of thoughts on how I wanted to structure the pillar content on my channel, and I got to the point where I was completely overwhelmed with all of the things I had to do, plus my writing. So I took a lot of steps to start cutting out or backing away from platforms that I don't use as often and I don't really enjoy using them. I wanted to focus on this platform even more because I do really enjoy producing this type of content. So I also wanted to expand accessibility, especially when it came to closed captions and written transcripts in blog posts, creating an audio-only version of this on My Right Way podcast. I'm also taking part in this wonderful collaboration called The Writer's Hive with good friends of mine, Julie and Amber. I will link that playlist for you if you want to check out those episodes. And I'm also in the process of a website redesign, so I'm planning on having all of this content every week available for different types of learners. And in that effort, I have started a Patreon page to get exclusives from publishing behind the scenes and also early access to this content to help support my mission, in a sense, to create content for writers and writers who learn differently, whether that's in written word, visual, or audio. I also added some new tiers which include early access to my books and so many other Patreon only exclusives. So there's a lot of things in the works when it comes to my sort of nonfiction writer focused work, and I hope to continue that moving forward. So my third goal was to have the first book in my Reverted series edited and ready for publication, and while I did complete this goal, I did shift my mindset in a sense that I want to batch all of the books prior to publication, and I want to see how these books do on their initial launch while I'm also launching my pen name for them. For that goal, I did a massive self-edit. I sent it to a developmental / line editor. The first book is currently out with beta readers, and when all of the books are completed, I will put them through a proofreader, but right now this book is as polished as it's going to be prior to publication. Now we're moving on to next quarter's goals. In a recent video, I talked about how I created an author business plan based on Joanna Penn's book, which has really helped me focus on all of the things I want to accomplish moving forward, especially next quarter. So my first goal is in regards to my independent publishing. I am so focused on this goal now that I created this strategy of batching the books ahead of time, and I've also started waking up at 4 a.m. and working from 4 to 7 in the morning on my author business because life just seems to be getting in the way half of the time for me, and I really want to ramp up production on these books. If you're interested in checking out my 4 a.m. writing vlog, I will link that as well. And because I'm working so hard to ramp up production on these books that I want to indie publish this year, I'm going to pull back a little bit on the traditional focus for my thriller novels, which is unfortunate, but I do have some ideas for what I want to do with them in the future. Not ready to talk about that quite yet. So some of the projects I want to do for this particular goal is to finish the draft of book 2. I'm completely rewriting that, books 2 and 3. So I want to finish that draft. I want to get that to my editor. I want to create a lead magnet for my author newsletter, which is basically going to be a short story or novella, I'm not sure yet, for this story to help keep readers in this series and also bring new readers to the series. And I'm also outlining a secret project. My second goal for next quarter is to revamp my author newsletter. In the past year, I have worked on creating automations for my newsletter and informing readers about me and my books prior to signing them up for my newsletter. But I recently took a course by Melissa Storm, and I realized that I have so much more work to do to really create that reader experience within my newsletter that comes out every month. I have made an extensive to-do list of things I need to do, and I really don't do things that aren't within my quarterly goals. I find that focusing on quarterly goals, 3 of them specifically, that I'm able to actually get the things I want to get done versus random projects that have nothing to do with it. And I think an author newsletter is so important for authors because we have no idea when it comes to social media in terms of algorithms if your stuff is even getting seen. So having that special newsletter for your readers is really the only way to go. And I want to really be intentional and focused on how I want to present myself and my books and my writing to my readers and build that community as well. My third goal has to do with my writer audience in terms of YouTube and my podcast and blog posts. My goal is growth of this community because I really enjoy sharing my process, and I have found throughout the years that I enjoy other writers' process, so I'm trying to bring that to this platform. But my publishing goals have always come first before everything else. I think there's enough people who talk about writing and don't do it, where I am the opposite, where I need to do the writing and other things sometimes sit on the back burner for a little bit, and this is one of those times. So while this is technically a goal for me to build up my community, I am going to be pulling back a little bit on the amount of content that I come up with. And this is a temporary situation for the next quarter because I really want to focus on getting my books ready for publication. And while I have a good, better, and best goal for the amount of subscribers that I have, I find that I'm going to have a little more time in between videos to create better content for you. And also I have been testing out YouTube Shorts, and these are vertical format videos under 60 seconds, which I find so fun to do, and I think they're very informative while also being fun, and I want to continue to do that on top of my longer form content like this, but I can't seem to do it all. So I think pulling back on long form content, maybe keeping up with shorts, and also the Writer's Hive videos, which come every other week on myself and Julie's channels. I think I will have enough time to do it all, but we shall see. Comment below and let me know what goals you are hoping to accomplish in the next month, the next quarter, the next year. I love talking about goals, and I would love to be here to support you. And if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you know the next time I upload, and I'll see you soon.